I was here again, where I was in the previous video yesterday, and I attempted to make a video, and I actually found a few cool things, including a late medieval coin, which was pretty damaged and bent, but still, like, I was able to get it out so it's pretty cool. And I found just some regular, like, pretty common Leeuwen centen, and let me think, what else did I find? I found just a blank coin, I think, maybe also medieval, it's pretty thin. And also I found a musket ball or pistol ball. But anyway, some cool finds. I wasn't here for a very, very long time, but the reason that I didn't film it is that as I was setting up, a police car approached. And I was like saying to the camera as well, like, oh, this is pretty strange. A huge sort of armed police car just drove past. Well, not armed, but I mean, like, it's a hench car, I mean, containing armor. Maybe it's to carry explosives, I don't know. That's a bit interesting. Maybe they were looking for the thing he left behind, because I see no other reason at all why it would be here. And I was saying, this is pretty strange. It can't be a coincidence that this police car is just here. And if it turned out it was actually looking for the ammunition that the other policeman officer marked the other day, and then 10 minutes after he showed up, the army showed up, and I actually left the camera rolling. Ja, gisteren ben ik met een collega van u daar geweest. Die heeft het toen apart gelegd en die zei dat de EOD het ging ophalen. Er liggen heel veel stukjes koper hier van die band, zeg maar, die om de... Weet ik veel, moord. Ja, dat is waar. Het is alleen niet echt leuk om te vinden, want het klinkt allemaal heel goed en het zijn allemaal stukken koper waar je niks van hebt. Because I was talking to them about what it was and how I found it, and like how they had this story about this 15-year-old who had like loads of grenades in his room yesterday and he was trying to saw them through, which is like super dangerous. Yeah, so that's why I didn't have any memory left. Got a huge signal here. Really solid. What is it? It is... Oh, yeah. It is a bit of shrapnel. It is a musket ball. Or a pistol ball. Dropped. That's nice. So, got another target here. Oh, it's pretty high. It sounded like there might even be another target next to it, but it could just be because it's so shallow. You often get the sort of double ping if something's shallow. Just some foil scrap trash. Another good signal here. What is it? It is just a bit of copper, I think. I'll put it in my little box just to make sure later on that it isn't something interesting. That's actually what happened with that hammered coin when I found it initially yesterday. Okay. It is just a bit of copper, I think. So I had a really loud signal. It was a bit aggressive and iron-like, but I looked down and then I saw this buckle, which is very modern, seeing there's some kind of seatbelt-ish material on there. But this was just on the surface, so I figured I would show that. It's pretty funny. I've got a pretty decent signal here. Dig that. Looks like it's a bit of lead. I thought this might be interesting to see. This is some kind of dead animal, probably a rabbit or something. But obviously something ate it because there's only a little bit left of it. But yeah, cool. So I've got a really good signal here. Let's have a look. Well, the color is silver, but it's definitely not silver. It's just a bit of foil or whatever, tin foil. Might as well film this. It is pretty low, like in the aluminium/tin foil range, but you know, it could be a small hammered coin like yesterday. What is it? It's just a random bit of scrap metal. Good signal here right away. That is definitely a coin. That's nice. Seems a bit thin for Duit, but early Duits. It's like if I use the English sort of plural S behind the Dutch word, but in Dutch, Duits means German. But anyway, maybe back home I can get some more detail of that, but I mean that's definitely an old coin, so that's cool. So we have a small little signal here. It's definitely out. It's a really small copper or bronze nail, I think. Oh, actually, I was wrong. It's just a screw. So right here I've got a super high, lovely signal. I'm using full tone audio, by the way, so okay, well that's out. It's just shrapnel. Fucking shrapnel. Okay. So got a pretty decent signal over here. Not super high, but nice and consistent. Clean. It is some kind of nail. Modern. It feels like it's aluminium. If there are even aluminium nails. Maybe for roofing or something. It's really light, but yeah, not old. So I've walked 2 meters. There's another signal here. Again, not super high, but I really have to dig those sort of foil signals because, you know, could be coins. What is it? Yeah, it looks like it's a bent coin. It's totally green and toasted. I can't see anything on there, but it is super light and small, so it could be medieval. I don't know, like late medieval. Maybe when I clean it up I can see some more detail on it. I don't know if you can see this, but as I was about to close up the hole, fill it up, I noticed this, and I have no clue what left that mark. It must have been something on me. Another signal here. Just dug the hole. Where even is it? Oh, my thumb. It's so muddy. Yeah, it's just a shard of something, but so I had a huge signal, and I can see something sticking out of the surface, out of the ground. I mean, it's just this thing. Another sort of mid signal, not very high, but again could be a thin coin. Whatever it is, it sure is freaking tiny. It's like a bit of zinc, I think, judging from the white oxidation. What's out of the hole? It looks like gold, but it's not gold. It's just a gold coffee wrapper thingy. Got a really faint little signal over here, but it is pretty high, I think. Could be deep iron, but we'll see. This is just a little bit of shit. So there's a super solid signal here. Hopefully it's a nice big old silver coin. What is it? It's definitely not very old, whatever it is, but it's some kind of plate or something. It's maybe a farming toy, but it's like the cargo what's it called? Container thing on the back of a big mining truck or something like that. So I'm digging this hole right now. It's not a super high signal, but could have been this tiny blue wire. Now I can hear something here. It's this, whatever this is. Tiny little LED thingy. It's a pretty massive signal here. I'm getting some kind of iron distortion in it, but it could just be something that's next to it, which is it's one of these again. Wow, I don't know what this is, but I found like 5 of these. Got a cute small little signal here. Let's investigate. It's a piece of lead. Yeah, it's just some piece of folded lead. Lead. It's time to listen to some Lead Belly for those of you who know Lead Belly. It's an old blues guy from the Mississippi Delta. You probably do know a song by him actually, which was covered by Nirvana when they did their live unplugged performance in 1991, 94. I don't know when that was. I wasn't born yet. But it's a bit squishy. It's a tiny little lead buckshot or whatever it's called ball. So I've got a solid signal in the high 70s here. It's actually the first signal I've dug in like 15 minutes. Could it be pewter? It looks like it's pewter. I have no clue what it is, but it does look interesting. It's a little knobby bit that's sticking out here. Could be Podman if it's lead, but I don't think it's lead. It looks like it's pewter. So I've got a really nice tidy little signal here. Actually, it's kind of similar to the little chunk I found before. There's like a little bit that sticks out. I just swung over this and then I saw it was on the surface. Big iron thingy, but it's pretty cool. I found actually maybe 5 or 6 of these over the years. I don't know exactly what they are, but I quite like the look of it, so I'm gonna stick it in my pocket. Signal-ish thing happening here. Let's have a look. It's literally the tiniest piece of foil ever. Like, that's crazy small. Shows how sensitive the machine is now, which is a good thing. Let's have a look. No idea what that is, but it's going in the box. First decent little squeaker in ages. Might be part of a button. There's definitely a hole in the middle. Oh no, actually it's one of those like screw tightening things, because there's little slots here, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it's going in the box. Pretty decent signal here. Whatever this is. No idea what this is. It's just this right here is a beautiful signal. Kind of signal you take a picture of a frame, if you could do that with sound, which you can't really do. I guess you could record it and then take a photo of the screen and then put a little speaker in the frame and then have it loop the same sound. Oh man, I thought it was fucking silver for a second, but it's another washer kind of thing. Small little signal over here. It is just a bit of foil. Got another signal here. Not the prettiest, but it's a signal, so it's just foil. Quite a high signal here, and oh fuck, okay. It is some rusty bit of thing. Got a signal here that might be worth digging. Oh, actually, I can see something protruding out of the ground. It's a tiny little shell casing. Sounds like it's probably a bigger piece of trash or something, but you never know. Maybe it's something shit next to something good. This is a piece of lead. I see. Well, that's just a bit of trash. So I've got a signal over here. Not super high. Just about reaching the sort of 60 value. More like high 50s. It's not super constant, but it is pretty solid sounding, so it is part of a pull tab. Got a sort of signal here. This little thingy, I think is lead. So this is a sort of mid-range sounding target, but I just looked at my screen and it's like vertical, so that means it's coke, which normally I wouldn't bother digging if I was in the UK, but I actually have never found coke here in the Netherlands, at least not in this field, so that's kind of interesting. So I have a small little squeaky signal here. It's a nail with a little washer on it, but it's made out of copper or bronze, so actually it's not a nail, it's some kind of pin or rivet. Pretty sure it's a handmade nail, could be pretty old. Don't know what that was used for, but as always I will show a little picture of it on the screen. We've got another little signal here, looking in at about 53, not super high. Wow, yeah, it's just foil. So got another target here, one of those that didn't sound very good, but it sounded like it could maybe sound good. It was a bit iffy, so, and then you just remove some soil, and then often look, there's a bit of pottery here. Anything on it? No. Anyway, often sorry, my camera just died. Put a new battery in it. Oh man, it's so fucking cold. Yeah, I think this is the third battery I put in, but I think they're all dead for some reason because they don't hold their.
Oops.
So my camera just died 3 times in a row, my GoPro, because all the batteries are dead. I think they're old, so they don't really hold their charge well, but I just dug something which looks like it's actually gold, which would mean it's like the first gold thing I found for many, many years. Oh shit, look at that. As I was filming that, loads of deer just ran this way, and I see some kind of stone or opal or whatever it is. Look at that. That's the kind of stuff that makes you excited. What is it? Oh, it's some kind of little hanger. It's a fucking gold hanger with that's fucking amazing. See, that's what you get for going out when it's fucking cold. You get rewarded with that. Just duck this using my phone again, so so I couldn't film the dig, but it's just an old cartridge, rifle gun, whatever. I don't know if there's anything on the back. There's 212. Anyway, yeah, not amazing, but we'll keep digging. Another shell casing. Yeah, on to the next hole. So I just found what I think is a button. I can't really tell. There's some kind of black stuff on the back. Could be actually the middle part of the shotgun cartridge, but yeah, I'll clean it off, or clean it up, I guess. Anyway, when I get home. My good old friend Shrapnel is here to welcome me. Okay. I'm going back because it's just too cold and too windy and I can't feel my fingers. But just now I spotted this and I swung over it with the detector and I heard kind of a squeak, but not really, and that's when I knew that it was a modern coin. It is 10 cents, like guilder cents, from like probably the 80s or the 70s or 60s, and these just don't sound very good. I don't know why. I know that euro coins, modern ones, the inside is actually iron or steel, it's not fully copper. That's why those sound weird. These are maybe some kind of nickel alloy, but anyway, they sound really, really bad, so you barely find them unless you get the older silver ones like the one I found the other day. So yeah. So today is another day, same field, just a bit wetter because it rained, and yeah, nothing much has changed since the last time, other than that Christmas has now passed. And last time I found my Christmas gift, the golden hanger. So I'm hopeful that maybe we can find some more gold today. So what is this? Oh, I think it's a little musket ball. Very nice. Good signal. I've got a solid signal here, ringing in at about 60. It's some kind of bit of metal. Can't tell what it is. I always clean everything later, but I'm pretty sure that's just crap. But you never know. So I've got a really short signal here. It isn't necessarily very good sounding, but I'm gonna dig it anyway. It is a small bit of lead. It's like a pebble almost, like a small little stone. But so I forgot to film and I just had a little gold scare because I saw this and it looked an awful lot like something gold, but it's just some foil or something. So I've got a signal here, somewhere in the 50s sort of range. Probably foil, but could be a thin coin. That looks very exciting and you see it, but it's just a pull tab, like the tab part. Now, I could be wrong, but I think that's a pipe, part of a pipe. I could just see it sticking out of the corner of my eye, and it has the right sort of color tone to be a clay pipe, so might be best to use my shovel to carefully just do that with. Oh, it's only part of a pipe, but is there any design on it? Probably not. No, there isn't, but this is a pipe. You can tell by how big they are, like what kind of age they have, because the pipes got bigger as it became more of a sort of common man commodity. But yeah, this signal wasn't too mind-bogglingly good, so I didn't film it. But it's a sort of square nail, but the top is missing. But it's copper, so that's pretty old. So I've got the kind of signal here that makes you warm on the inside, I'll just say, to express how cool this signal sounds. Oh, I think this is a coin. What kind of coin? Difficult to tell. It's pretty round, so it's probably not very old. I've actually found some, I think Austrian money. I think they're called Hellers and Kreuzers here before, and actually their coins from like the 1800s are like as thin as medieval coins. I don't know why. I guess the Austrians were trying to save themselves some money. Oh, someone just shot a gun over there. Hunters. I'm always scared that the hunter thinks I'm some kind of deer, like an old man who's not wearing his glasses, who's a little bit blind. Oh, there's a great signal here. It is a cartridge. It looks like it's actually dropped or damaged because the primer doesn't have a dent in it from the pin. Probably warped. Pretty high signal here. It's a little bit jumpy, but we're going to go ahead and dig it anyway. Oh, that's why it sounds so good. It's a ring. Because it's the halo effect or something. I read up on it the other day. Anything with a hole in it like this sounds good. So I've got another good signal here. Just gonna keep on digging until we get some more
gold or silver. Ah, it's one of those plates again. I found like many of these in this field now. This is probably the 8th one in like the space of 2 weeks. It's just a little sort of tag they put on bags or something or whatever. Got a short high signal here, very staccato sounding for the musicians among us. Come on. I think it's a tiny little pistol ball, or is it? Wait, I think it's just the center part of a cartridge. Got a tiny little signal over here. It's not very strong, but I feel like if we move this top layer, it might get stronger. Oh. It's a bottle cap. I just found this on the surface. It's like a weird spiky thing with like a sort of copper. Well, it's like an iron like bolt with copper spikes around it. Very strange. I've got a super strong signal here. I thought it was shrapnel for a second, but it looks like it's been... Oh shit. Some kind of discular fibula, I think. Yeah. I'm going to be careful with cleaning that. See, there's 2 pins on the side. That could be very old. Like a sort of shield shape, star shield shape. That's a very cool find. I'm going to clean it up at home because I don't want to damage it.